I mean, I probably grew pretty quickly when I moved to the US, and I don't have like a
Mm.
massive following on Instagram, but like it has become much more since I moved to the States. I think like one of my biggest downfalls is that I just post for me. So like I'm just like out there and I'm like, oh, look at this view, like look where I'm camping tonight, or like look at my car, it's at the beach. Do you know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
just post honestly to keep that time capsule of sort of like how I feel. And then people kind of resonate with it. I know that like you go on my Instagram and stuff like that, and I'm not really like giving you many takeaways. Like I'm not teaching photography or anything like
Mhm.
that. I think people just sort of follow me because I don't know the vibes. They like the
Mhm.
sunsets
It's
or
great
whatever.
vibes, yeah.
And then I'll get on there and do like a cheeky few stories and stuff like that. But in terms of what I'm doing, like with my Instagram now, since I moved to the US, I've just kind of been trying to grow my career within sort of like podcasting and stuff like that. So I would say that Instagram and photography has become a lot more personal to me. It's kind of been the balancing act of like, oh, I'm stressed at work, so I'm going to go out and take photos, and I'm going to sort of like regulate my nervous system or something like that, because that's literally what I utilize it for now. So I'm not doing like a whole heap of photography work. I would say that like
Mhm.
it's a lot less commercial now. And then where I've landed here in the US, which I actually really like because it's helped me build uh, such an incredible sort of like network of peers. And as you know from what you do, you would see how incredible the people, like the photographers that I've met here in LA. I'm just like, damn,
Mhm.
like I'm so lucky to be around them. Yeah, so where I'm at now, it's kind of just like I'll do little bits and pieces of photography work for people who reach out, but honestly, it's just sort of become an opportunity to share sort of like my life and my outlook and sort of what my world looks like through the lens whilst I am working in sort of podcasting and stuff like that with the people that I follow. And I would love to sort of like, I'm slowly getting back into building it up. I think that I've invested so much into podcasting in a sense of like, it's my full-time job. And obviously being brand new to a country, you've sort of just got to put pedal to the metal to prove yourself. Even though you have that massive track record, it's kind of like you're still the new guy. But one of the beautiful things about what I do and sort of the industry that we find ourselves in as creatives is that everything kind of goes hand in hand. So like
Mhm.
I feel like within photography, the people that I've met have greatly benefited me in radio and podcasting, and the people that I've met, I've been able to sort of like collaborate with far more outside of the bounds of photography. And the same with sort of like podcasting and stuff like that. One of the biggest draw cards that I've had in my career, and I think something that people find very interesting, other than the fact that I'm an Australian that won a green card, is the fact that they look at my Instagram and it's kind of just like this big narrative of my life. And it really has just gone hand in hand and benefited me so much. And I'm finally getting to the point where I'm kind of working out like what it looks like. Still not 100% sure how that sort of like ties into be like a whole package of who I am as a professional, but it's coming and I can feel it. And I know that it's sort of like something to, finesse, but it will come together if that sort of makes sense. I've always had like this blind faith, like delusional. People say to me all the time, they're like, okay, so what's your advice? I'm like, just be as delusional as you can because, what do they say? I don't even know what they say anymore. It's like the sayings escapes me, but yeah, like being sort of like confident in your delusion is practical to a degree.